making today is a cardboard house sculpture. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some window dressing. We've got our beautiful windows, they look fantastic, but we're going to put paper in here and we can add detail onto our paper like curtains or little faces or whatever we want to put in there. So if you do want to draw something in there, then what you're going to do, or you can just leave it plain as well, or just put coloured paper in there. But you definitely want to fill those windows in. You don't want to be looking through the window and see the other side, which has just got all that horrible taping and everything. So we're sort of covering that up by adding in this background here, but we also want to give it a little bit of detail. So what we're going to do is just place that on here. I'm going to mark out this section. So this is going to be in behind that section of windows. I'm just going to cut this out. So this is what you do if you just want to have the plain background. You're just going to cut that and stick that on to the back there, and then you can use coloured paper or whatever you want to do for just that plain background to get it the right size. But I'm actually going to make something kind of fun. I'm going to just do something like little curtains that are going to sit in behind the windows. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to cut a little piece of paper for each window. So this is, each window is going to have a curtain. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 windows along the bottom here. And what I'm going to do is use some pastels and create some gorgeous colourful curtains, whatever pattern I feel like. So we're going to have some, maybe I'm going to have stripy curtains. So once you've created the pattern of your curtains, it could be spots, it could be stripes, it could be squiggles, could be anything. We're going to just fold this as you would like a, you know when you make a paper fan? So we just fold, we fold a little bit over, then we turn, fold a little bit over, turn, till we fold it all the way along. Here we are, beautiful. And that is going to go in behind our window there. So we've got the curtains with a little bit more texture on there. So we're going to need to just pop that on there to tape that down. That's the curtain on that window. We're going to do the same all the way along for our curtains. Give it a little bit of texture in behind the window. And for my brown windows, I'm just going to have the flat paper. So I'm not going to do this curtain shape. I'm just going to do it like a blind. So very flat, so you can see what that looks like if you want to do that. I'm just going to do it in a colour just so you can see what that looks like. This is what it would look like with the blind look. So we're just going to pop a flat piece of paper into that. Behind there. Now you might end up with some extra tape there and we can just trim that off. So that's what that plain flat look looks like. It still looks really nice. So up to you whether you want to do the curtain look or the blind look, or almost like a stained glass window look. So it's up to you. You could do a combination of both, like I'm doing. There we go. Now just open your door and make sure you haven't got any extra bits hanging out here. We'll just trim those out of the way. once you've got all your curtains and window shades in place and everything that you want to add to decorate those, we're going to look at creating the roof. So to do that, we are going to use some of our cardboard. Now if you've got, some cardboard has already got a fold in it, and that is perfect. That's exactly what you want. So we're just going to use our building to see what size roof we need, and we're going to do the length. This is how long our roof needs to be minimum. It can be longer than that. It's always nice to have a bit of an overhang. So we can see that that piece of cardboard would be about the perfect length. So you may find something you don't even have to do too much cutting to. So that's about perfect. It's already got a nice fold in it. So I'm just going to fold that in half, and then I'm going to trace around the edge here so I know where to cut. I'm going to cut that line there for my roof. That's the roof there, and that should fit perfectly over the top of that. That's going to look great. Now we also can put some detailing on our roof, so we can do a little scalloped edge along the bottom here, which is always quite a nice look. So it looks like it's got tiles. So this kind of scalloped edge we can cut into our roof line. So let's just fold that in half. We're going to cut two at a time. There is our beautiful scalloped edge. So I think it might be time to start to glue together our little house. So the tall edge, one tall front, is going to attach to one long side. So this is all going to join together. Now a good thing to use is a stapler that's really going to hold it together, or otherwise you can just tape it, or you might want to do a combination of both taping and gluing. This is just the join. So I'm just going to put some tape over that edge on this side, and I'm also going to do the same on this other side too. I know it doesn't look the prettiest, but we are going to be painting and decorating the outside of our building anyway. So just draw it together, and we'll do the same on this other edge. So this little flap that we created on the end here is going to tuck inside and fold inside there. That's what we're going to be gluing. We're stapling, gluing or taping down. So that last little seam is probably going to be your trickiest, because you're going to have to try and do it inside. So here's a little tip. Pop your tape on here, half on the flap, half hanging off. Oh, not enough tape. So you can see that's half on the flap, half hanging off, with the sticky side facing out. And we tuck it inside here. We're going to line up our corners here, and then press the tape. Press that tape down into the inside. And then we're going to just go over this edge here with tape. Half on the corner of one side, and then half joining onto there. Wow! Looking good! So place your house onto your base, and we're going to just tape this down. So you're going to take a long piece of tape. We're going to put it half on to the building, and then half of the tape should be hanging off press the house into place and run your finger along that edge of tape that was hanging out there, and that side is now taped down. So we're going to do the other side here. Length of tape. We're going to put it half, tip this up here, put this half on the building. Now if it's hanging off the edge here, you're going to need to just trim that off. Okay, fold this up, bring your house down to the base, and then run your finger along that tape there, and that should stick it down to your base. We can do the same along the front as well. Just be careful you don't tape over your doorway. So you're just going to be putting little pieces of tape into the here like this on either side of the doorways. So we're going to stick the roof on next. We're going to be taping this into position as well. So we're going to measure the tape the same length as each side here. Fold that down. One for this side. Fold that down. And one along this edge here. Into the inside, and that's going to join onto that roof. So then we take one side of our roof, and we're going to pop this on here. Press our tape on. Like that. And this other flaps goes down here. Now if you want your house to be able to be opened, say you want to put something inside, say you have got a little figurine or something that you might want to put inside the little house, then you may not want to tape this side down, but you might just want to create something where it can stick down and pull back up again. So you could create a little system to hold it down, even if it's just a little bit of tape, where you can unstick it and restick it as you like. Because I know that some of you might like to use these as little houses for some figurines that you might have, or you might make a little creature or something that could live in your house. So you can just create a little sticky tab here, and that sticks onto the roof, kind of holds it down, but if you need to open it, it's not fully stuck down and impossible to get open. So that is a way that you can still open and shut it and do things into the inside if you want to. It's not fully stuck down. And there we have our little house. Isn't it gorgeous? We're going to look at putting some more details onto the outside and working on the grounds around our house sculpture. So if you want to add a bit more onto this, then you can join us for part 3 to work on the grounds and landscaping of your little cottage. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. Bye.